Vedic Astrology. Today, we are with Chandrasekhar Sharma ji again for an Anakalaniya Shlok. Sir, a warm welcome to you.
My pleasure.
Before we get started with this very beautiful Shlok, thank you once again for writing and suggesting to us on our YouTube and Spotify channels, and liking, sharing, and subscribing to our videos and audios. If you haven't liked or subscribed to our videos, please do, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. Sir, we are always looking forward for a very different Shlok with so many basic meanings with you. So what is this Shlok that you're sharing with us?
See, this is a, if you look at it from one angle, it is very easy to understand, and from other angle, it is difficult to understand the principle behind it. See, this shloka talks about two things. First is the importance of a Vargottam lagna or a Vargottam moon. Vargottam means that stage when a planet or the bhava is in the same rashi in the lagna chart as well as that means the ascendant chart, the regular natal chart, and the Navamsha chart, the D9 chart as they call it in these days. Same with the moon. If moon is, you see, occupies X rashi and it also occupies the same rashi in the Navamsha, then it is called as Vargottam, which is supposed to be just next to the being in exaltation. So it is just below the exaltation level, a bit above the Mula Trikona level, the primary rashi that every planet owns. So it is very powerful. So obviously, since the ascendant indicates the entire personality of the person, if it is strong, the personality is strong, his will is strong, because this is also called the place of Atmabala, self-confidence. So if self-confidence is there, the person is likely to succeed. Similarly, if your mind is steady, mind is pretty able to tolerate all the pluses and minuses that come in everybody's life at different stages of his life, and if one is able to deal with it without getting depressed or whatever, that will certainly help a person rise above the normal levels. Now here, what is being said is Vargottamasho Upagate Vilagne Chandre Athava Chandra Vimukta Kheta. That means if ascendant or moon are Vargottamas, then if planets other than moon, what are they doing? They aspect Sukha Aspadam Anga Gruho Upayat Viloki Manava Nayaka Sat. So what is being said is Sukha is the 4th house, Aspada is the 10th house, and the 7th house, if other planets are placed there. Angana is to do with the Angana, that is the ladies of 7th house. Then what happens is and all of them are aspecting the lagna. That is necessary. Because obviously, because we are talking about the ascendant, only the 3 squares are left, which are necessarily the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th. And therefore, if they aspect a Vargottam lagna or moon, which is Vargottama, so the placement has to be 4th, 7th, and 10th from moon or 2 aspects. Then the person becomes a king. They say leader of men, which is king, but you can nowadays you can say anybody who is a leader of a large group of people who allow him to direct their destiny sort of. So what can happen here? Can planets aspect like this? So we have to be very certain what will be the planets. See, Mars will have to be in the 10th house. Then only it can aspect. Naturally, opposite that will be Saturn, who aspects in the 10th house aspect. The rest of the planets need to be in the 7th house aspect. Isn't it? Most of the rest of the planets. Naturally, Mercury and Venus might or might not. They would, because Sun, they are near Sun. So Sun will also have to be in the 7th house. Mercury and Venus will have to be together. Jupiter will also have to be there. So this is the position when the person will be a great king or whatever you want to call it. So what is happening? We look at it properly, we understand those two malefics, Mars and Saturn, are aspecting the seventh house.
Yes.
In a way, I mean, the opposite of the lagna chart. If we
Right.
reverse it, because one bhava and the bhava seventh from it, both have equal influence on the person. So obviously, the Jataka will be, see, Mars being there, Mars in the 10th house is always supposed to be good for ability
It's
to
also,
work.
yeah, big bill.
Saturn gives the steadiness and maturity in a way when it aspects the Lagna. They also aspect each other. And naturally, because Lagna has those aspects, the protection is provided by Jupiter and Mercury. Whichever bhava is aspected by Jupiter and Mercury get the strength. This is a basic principle. So his personality is strong enough. He has enough valor, and he has also enough ability to plan ahead. Because Saturn is called as a manda, the one who moves slow. But one who moves slow always plans. He is said to be lame. For a lame person, if he wants to go along a path, he has to plan, beforehand. Otherwise, he may not be able to do. So we have to always understand that otherwise it appears to be. I mean, why should it happen?
Right.
So you see, Lagna is becoming the ascendant, or moon is becoming stronger and stronger because Jupiter and Mercury are bound to aspect. The Sun will also aspect, but Sun being in the seventh will not be as egoistic as he would be anyway confident, but he would not be egoistic, which is a good thing. That is only when, I mean, people accept you as a leader when they think that you are not egoistic. But if you don't have self-confidence, you are not going to survive a leadership anyway.
Right.
I mean, they want to take it away from you. So this is what is happening. And because of that, the person is said to be the king. He rises to be the king. This is the idea behind. So, because otherwise, why should it happen? I mean, we say that if malefics are in, three kendras, then it becomes a sarpa yoga, which is not a good yoga in Nabhas yoga. But here, something else is. Entire strength is going to either the lagna or to the mind of the person, isn't it? And he thinks along those lines. See, I will either get what I want by dint of my valor or by deep planning, long-term planning. That because those are the planets who are aspecting the lagna.
And so what is the here then what is the importance of the Vargottama lagna?
Vargottama, because Vargottama lagna gives self-confidence, great self-confidence. The personality. See, lagna is the personality, ascendant is the personality. So personality is very powerful. See, you look at certain people and you think that they can get things done for you. Try to check their lagna. Either that will be there or sun would be there, sun will aspect it or do something so that they have got that confidence. In it, somebody walks like that and you think that yes, he will be able to do it. It's a very difficult task, but this guy can do it. That is the Vargottama lagna. Vargottama Chandra is different. He is not easily disturbed. When moon is, because moon rules the mind of the Chandra. And under stress of Mars and Saturn, if you are going to crumble down, you will not lead men for a long time, isn't it? Though, of course, Jupiter and Mercury will give him some strength, but it better be Vargottama. It has to be strong mind, not just mind. Otherwise, see, if it is only moon and aspected by Saturn, the possibility is more likely that that person might get into depression sometime. That is, the moon has to be pretty strong to handle the energy of the negative energy of Saturn. And that is what is being said indirectly by giving you in a concise form, sort of. That 4, 10, and this thing should have all the planets should aspect. Well, where from they will aspect? See, Saturn has to be in the fourth house. So his palaces, his land, his country, he will be able to protect. Saturn protects the house he occupies. We know that.
Yes, sir.
Mars is the commander-in-chief. He has the ability to fight. He has the energy to do things. In the 10th house, he gets the digbala, the directional strength. So Mars does give energy and ability to earn on his through his own valor. Sometimes Mars has a hot temper. Now that hot temper is tempered by the Saturn aspect.
Yes,
so
because
this
then
is the entire thing. Then only you can remain, see, Nayak,
balanced,
leader of a large group of people or a country for a long time.
Yeah.
He is not talking about those, fly-by-night dictators who come and then they are kicked out. So, no, not that sort of thing. So, this is a complex, that is why I call it complex, because malefics are in 3 kendras, which is not good. And still the results are very good. And that is why it is said that Nabas yogas only come into picture if there are no other yogas in the chart, which many a times we try to follow. It is also, remember that this is a Kedar yoga. All the 4 kendras are occupied by planets.
Yes. It's a very beautiful example. And we see that there is so much of hidden depth in each and every shlok that we have been discussing so far, and understanding the basics. Everything comes from the fundamentals. So the basics are very important. Thank you so much, sir, for explaining the basics in detail to us. Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.